Hey everyone, this is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And today on my channel, I have the pleasure of having author Thaddeus Kane. Please welcome Thaddeus to the blog today. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, sister. How you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Let's get started. Mr. Thaddeus, tell us about you as an author and a person.
As an author, I like to, I write from real places, romance, mystery, paranormal, a lot of genres I touch on. And I don't know, just my inspiration is I'm inspired by the things that go on around me. So I guess like as an author, you can say that I write from real life experiences, from my environment, what I see other people going through, conversations that I hear, conversations I'm involved in. As far as a person, I'm a little bit reserved at times, I guess, because I'm so involved in the creative process for a lot of things. So like, I guess like a lot of time is spent creating, writing, and composing, and I volunteer to help students and things of that nature. So as a person, I guess you could say like I'm a people person to a large degree, but I am a bit. I do stay like to myself when I'm involved in the creative process.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell us about your books.
Okay. Well, my latest book, which you read and you gave a 5-star review, I was so excited about that, is A Slice of Temptation. That's my latest book. That is a modern day adaptation of the story of Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm. So that book is very close to my heart because I had to go into a bit of a place in my spirituality to write that book. Mm-hmm. And so that book is very near and dear to me because in writing that book, I discovered a lot about myself. So that book, A Slice of Temptation, is very near and dear to me. Then there's what I have here, Grassman. This is online on Amazon as well, that I co-author with Butterfly Brooks. This mm-hmm. book is online on Amazon as well. This is an excellent book. This book is about a brother who is he distributes marijuana, but he falls in love with the sister that he meets when he's about to go out of the country. And through a lot of, a series of events, some things start happening to him. That's all I revealed. Some things start happening to him, and you find out it's going to take you to like a paranormal, spiritual place, what's going on with him. And then you have Red Ink, of which, this, I'm working on a sequel to this right now. It's going to be released. Hopefully the sequel is going to be released in about, I'm thinking about another month.
Okay.
And this book is about the industry, about the publishing industry. Yeah. So it's a love story, but it's also a murder mystery. So this book is, if I may say so, in all my humility, it's a phenomenal book, and the sequel is going to be even better. And I'm actually about to release also the Heart of a Man collection, which is a 3-part series about 3 brothers. The book's about 3 different brothers that are in romantic relationships who've experienced some sort of a heartbreak. And it shows you what they're doing to remedy the heartbreak and how they're recovering from the heartbreak and how they're moving on with the new loves, in search of a better life, pursuit of a better life. So that I'll probably be releasing that here in about the next 2 months, I'm thinking, if not sooner. So yeah, I'm busy, sister.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Different. It's a different spin. It's men now.
Yes.
There's a lot of women books like that, but it's coming from a male perspective. I think I
Right.
like that series. All right. Okay, let's talk about those covers and
Okay.
titles. How did you come up with those?
The titles come to me. The titles always come to me first.
Mm-hmm.
With the Slice of Temptation, that was actually based on a play that I wrote. The play is called The Slice of Temptation, but I was having difficulty getting the play on the stage. So I said, well, I'll just convert the script into, a novelette. And that's what I did. With the other books, like I said, my writing comes from like real experiences. I've experienced heartbreak, so it's very easy for me to write from those places.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the experiences. I try to, although I'm writing fiction, I try to make the fiction as real as possible. So I have to like put a lot of myself into the book.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think that's like responsibility of authors. We should be placing ourselves in the books to make the reading more realistic, so that you can draw the readers in more. So yeah, that's my angle with the books. The covers, they just come to me, no real, like science behind it, except for just like what you feel, what looks right, what sounds right, and just put it all together.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the Slice of Temptation and
Yeah.
who will play who on the stage.
Oh yeah. Who's your favorite character?
I'm just thinking, just like if I seen that on stage, I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it. Yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna be long, sister. Trust me, it won't be long. And I'm gonna make sure that when we come to South Carolina with the play, I'm gonna make sure I look you up.
Please do, because I see that. I mean,
yes.
Oh God, I can't wait. I love that one. I mean, it was a short, quick read.
Yeah.
I got kind of upset because it ended. I was like, I want more. I want more. I said, maybe he'll come out with more. And then I seen these, like I say, other covers. I was like, maybe he is coming out with another, what they call it, a sequel or something.
Yeah.
But I said, I loved it. I loved it. How do you publish your books?
Currently, everything is being we're publishing through Amazon, but Platinum Quill Publishing, that's the name of the imprint that I'm publishing under right now. But the publishing company hasn't launched fully yet. So I guess like essentially I am self-publishing at this time, but not on a major level. Just like my own things right now. But it's going to get to a point where it'll be something a bit larger. I've been contemplating signing with other publishers, but the more that I'm writing and getting involved in my own thing, I was like, well, maybe I should just do it alone. So excuse me. I have my options are open. As far as like if I would get with another publisher and have them publish the books, but that has to be the publisher has to want to publish the books more than I do.
Yes.
And and my limited experience with this so far, it's difficult to get publishers fully involved in what you're doing at the same level that you are. So and like to me, this is like it's more than a business. Like I'm passionate about this. I've been I wrote my first book in the 3rd grade. I never forget. A book called Joe Funny. So like this has been my passion. I've been a creative all my life, so just like different outlets, ways for me to share, and open a door for people to dialogue and engage in dialogue, conversations about what they're reading and what they've experienced based on what they're reading.
Okay. I think I'm being nosy, but behind you, is that your storyboard?
Oh no, that's I'm actually downstairs in my recording studio.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the recording booth you're looking at right there. There's a door on the other side. Yeah, and the keyboard and everything is right here behind me, and that's the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just see paper up there, and it look like a storyboard, like you trying to get right another.
The storyboard is upstairs on the wall.
Oh, I was in a store. Like, wait a minute, he coming up with a new story. You wouldn't know that unless you're an avid reader. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, how do you market your books?
I don't do a lot of it myself, but to the degree that I do it, it's a lot of personal engagement, networking with people that you do know, that are some of the people aren't necessarily authors. There are a lot of readers and they're involved in different walks of life. So it's just a matter of because I think I would say for myself that the writing is universal. So it can, whatever class of person you are, whatever walk of life you're in, there's something in it for everybody. So I marketing, I think for the most part the books probably sell themselves. Once people get an idea, like they've read the synopsis or I've engaged in conversation about what the books are about, then you'll find that people will generally just based on that conversation, they're interested in the books. So there's there's Facebook, some Facebook ads that we're doing for marketing. There's we're doing some videos, commercials on YouTube. There's the Instagram, a lot of social media presence. And like I said, like face to face, buying the hardcovers and like actually going out and meeting people and getting the books to them face to face.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before writing, do you use an outline? If not, how do you start as far as pre-writing your books?
I always use an outline.
Okay.
Always, yeah. The outline, in my personal opinion, for me, what it does for me is it gives me a broader base to write the story. And I always have a reference to go to so I don't lose my way. And I can always fill something in the spaces, and I think it keeps the story consistent. And, based on how many chapters I have, my midpoint, I know where to, crescendo the story. And, so there's a method to my madness, I guess, just like how, I guess I see it all like a puzzle, and slowly but surely, the chapter outline allows the puzzle pieces as I'm writing, the puzzle to come together. So the closer I get to the last chapter, the more of the puzzle that you're able to see because I've stuck to the chapter outline. I think, I believe that the chapter outlines, I think everyone should write using the chapter outline because to me it's like a roadmap.
Yes.
I may know where Toledo, Ohio is, but I've never been. I know which way I have to drive, but I don't know like exactly how to get there. So the chapter outline is going to zig you and zag you through the woods, through the forest, through the mountains, but it's going to get you to where you need to go. And it's going to make everything else on the side of the road that much more relevant. It's going to, it'll make everything make that much more sense. So yeah, the chapter outline is like a plus. The chapter outline is probably harder to work on than the book. The writing is easy. It's putting that chapter outline together. You know, I have to develop characters. I have to give the characters layers and personalities, backgrounds on the characters. That have to be strong characters, dynamic characters. The places, you know, events, emotion, all of that, you know, is that goes into, like, for me, that goes into the chapter outline. You know, so like I said, I always have something to go back to. I can write a chapter outline for a book, wait 5 years, go back to that chapter outline, and as I'm reading it, I know exactly what it is I'm supposed to do, and I can recall that thought and those feelings when I, you know, scribe the outline. So yeah, chapter outline, definitely.
Okay. How many drafts do you go through with a book?
Ooh, maybe 3.
3.
There's the rough draft, then I'll go back and I'll edit the rough draft and wait a while, let it breathe a little bit, then go back a few days later and read what's been done, and then I'll you know, like, rewrite that again if it's necessary. But the majority of the time, it's like 3.
Okay.
3 is the magic number.
When did you know you wanted to be a writer?
Oh man, I didn't set out to be a writer per se. I've just always been a creative. Like I've always written poetry. I've always been writing. I've been, like, I write music, I compose, I play instruments. So I've always been creative. But with me, when I started writing the plays, and the plays were kind of just sitting there, and I was thinking, I was like, well, let me do something with these. And the first book, which was going to be released in the Soul of a Man series, the Heart of a Man collection, was based off of a play that I wrote as well, This Tragedy of Love. So, yeah, so a lot of the book spun from the plays that I wrote. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't necessarily set out to be an author. I was like, well, maybe in this phase I'll start writing, you know. So I don't know what's next after this. You know, I'm doing the music, I'm you know, doing photography and things of that nature. So I don't know what's next for me in the creative sphere, but I do like the writing. This is like, I'm loving it so far. It's a lot of work. It's hard work, but, like, I love it. You know, I love it. So especially when, you know, I'm getting 5 stars reviews.
And that's my next question. This is my next question. How do you feel about reviews?
I love the reviews. The great ones and the not so great ones. For one, the not so great reviews, not that they're always true, but it gives you a place to grow. You know, I don't disregard any reviews. So I look at them, and if someone is saying something, you know, I look at what their review was, and then I go back and I look at the work, you know, and I say, well, maybe this is off, maybe not. But I use, you know, those reviews are building tools. You know, so, you know, the good reviews and the great reviews let me know that I've done something right, and the not so good reviews, you know, whether they're true or not, lets me know what I can do better, and that there's room to improve. So I don't get upset, because, like, these are people's opinions, you know, and of course we like when people are sharing their best opinions with us, but for me, I just look at them as they're tools for me to build and grow. Yeah.
When you're not working, how are you spending your time?
Volunteering with the youth.
Oh,
Yeah, volunteering with the youth. Yeah.
Okay. So what is basically your genre?
I don't know if there's a particular genre, Queenie. There's I guess we're like if there's a such thing as urban contemporary, romance, mystery, it's yeah, I wouldn't know how to classify it.
Okay.
You know, like being a creative, like I don't put a lot of labels on things. I just do it, you know, and I wouldn't know how it'd be classified. I think that's about the right classification, you know, like it's urban, contemporary, romance, drama, uh, thrillers, mysteries, paranormal, science fiction, fantasy. I have all of that, you know, in rough drafts that I'm waiting to, you know, that I'm working on. So, yeah, I don't know how I would classify it. Just, yeah, I don't. It's a good question.
Okay, then. What genre will you not write in?
Um, I don't know if there's anything that I wouldn't write in. Uh, I haven't found anything that's turned me off. Any particular genre that's turned me off. Plus, I like to experiment anyway. So yeah, who knows? Are you what I may be writing, you know, in some years down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has been your greatest accomplishment as a writer or author?
My greatest accomplishment was getting my first book published. Well, and when I say published, on my end. I'm saying like when I finally completed I finished the manuscript.
Okay.
I committed myself to it and I finished it. And like for me, that's big because like you know, I'm a Gemini, so I'm all over the place in my mind. A whole lot of things are playing out in my mind. So sometimes I forget, you know, I forget to do things, you know, but now I think this is I don't know, like I'm just like enjoying this ride. You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying the ride and like whatever opportunities are presented, um, if they make sense, then I'll involve myself. But who knows what I'll be doing and what's going to be going on down the road? It's like there's so much inspiration, you know, around me, in me, and around me. There's you know, the sky isn't even the limit.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any other author, who would it be and why?
Ooh, there's so many. Um, wow. Uh, hmm. Who would I collaborate with? Um, I can't think of anyone. Like I said, there's so many. Phoenix Ash. Uh, because you know, like she just has like I love her name, and I've read some of her work, and I like her vibration and how she writes and the style of writing. Um, Butterfly Brooks,
Okay.
yeah, who I've co-authored with already,
Okay.
and will be co-authoring with a lot in the future. Um, just because Butterfly Brooks reciprocates like my masculine energy when it comes to writing. So yeah, like that will probably be like for now. I can't, like I said, there's so many authors out there. Not just authors of old, but like the you know, like the new authors. There's so many people out there that I would love to collaborate with. Yeah.
What has been the hardest thing about writing a book?
Oh man. Finishing it. Um, Sometimes it gets frustrating in the creative process, but you have to see it through because you started it, you know. And
Mhm.
yeah, and I think it's sometimes writing those emotional parts, you know, like when I have to go back to those places and spaces of heartbreak.
Yeah.
You have to recall those feelings in order for the reader to relate to it. I have to
Yes.
be able to recall those feelings and go back to those places of hurt, you know. So yeah, I think it's just the emotional aspect is probably the hardest part of the writing, finishing it, and the emotional aspect, you know, like sticking to your guns, you know, like writing every day, you know, and being committed and dedicated and disciplined, you know, to the craft as well.
Do you read your own books?
Yes, I do. Yeah, you got to go back from time to time, see if there are any errors, you know, check for punctuation. What can I do differently, you know? So yeah, definitely, always upgrading.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What about your family? Do they read the book and what do they think?
Oh yeah, especially my sisters. They love the work. They're always you know, wondering what's next. Um, they had no idea that I was writing like I was writing. And I guess, you know, like sometimes like family is too close to you,
Hmm.
you know. So they now that I've moved away from Florida and they don't see me as much, they only have the work to rely on now. And you know, like, you know, being away, I think they've appreciated the work more that, you know, that I've been away. But they've like my youngest sister is probably my biggest fan. But yeah, my family they like the books, love the books. Yeah.
So, what projects are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm finishing up the sequel to Red Ink, um, Rights and Revenge of Revelations, and there's also the Heart of a Man collection that's going to be released. And like I said, there's some other books that I have chapter outlines set up for already on the wall upstairs, and you'll see. They're gonna, yeah, you will not be disappointed. I do not aim to displease. So yeah, I wish I could write them all, you know, in 1 month, you know, and release them all, but you know, nothing before its time. But there are
Hmm.
some other books, you know, in the work, definitely.
What has influenced you the most as Arthur?
What influenced me the most as an author? Hmm. I would say because of how the majority of the books that I've written are heavy with like romance and things of that
Mhm.
nature. I would say that I'm mostly inspired by love. I would say that that's my motivation and inspiration, love. And I think that if you start everything from that place, it makes your works that much more genuine. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're writing, if you're playing music, if you're cooking, if you're playing, if you're coming from a place of love, it's going to show in your work. You know,
Mhm.
if it's in your food, people will taste it. If it's in your music, they hear it. If it's in your books, they'll read it, they'll see it. So that's the place that I come from, a place of love. That's my inspiration and motivation. Because there's I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but you can look around you, you step out your door and see that this is essentially like a loveless world. There's no love. There's a lot of
Yes.
envy and jealousy and hatred and all of those things that just like destroy and erode us as, like our human nature and our character. Those things destroy us. So love is a strong foundation to build on, and that's where I come from. I think that's the best place to come from.
Now, how can readers get in touch with you?
I don't have a website up yet, but they can reach me on Instagram, Mr. Thaddeus Kane. I'm on Facebook as Thaddeus Kane. I'm on what else? Oh, my email, ThaddeusKane11@gmail.com. And I think those are my only social media outlets right now. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to add before we end the interview?
Yeah, I would first let me add this, and this would be like a thank you to you for not only reading the book and giving it an excellent review, but for reaching out to me for this interview. It's an honor to like have exposure on your platform, and I thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And,
thank you.
Yes, and also I would like to say just to other authors and readers, well, let me say this to the authors, that we have a responsibility with our pens, because when we're writing, we're creating an alternate universe, an alternate reality, and we're inviting people into that world. We're supposed to be pulling people into that world, and I think we should do that responsibly, and take the craft seriously. It's one thing to be playing tag football in the street. It's another thing to be playing in the major leagues and you have the equipment on and you're not in the street, you're playing on the gridiron. So I'm saying that to say that sometimes people will they will get involved with writing, but they're not in it to write, they're in it to get the revenue. And you'll see a lot of people that are doing that and they're not really well at writing. There's no editing, there's no consistency with the characters, there's no storyline, everything's just out of whack. So I guess I would say that, to whoever is writing, like study your craft and always want to write better. Pick up a few magazines and maybe some creative writing courses or something, but always be doing something to make yourself better. Because we have a responsibility to the readers. We have a responsibility to the readers. It's like if the writer is the cook and the reader is the customer that's going to be eating the cooking, wouldn't you want to be eating something that's like good all the time? You want me just throwing something together, like you can't cook. You call yourself a cook, but you can't cook. So I would say, just be like responsible and accountable as authors, and tell the readers, don't be afraid to tell an author that their book is not good, that it's not well written. Don't be afraid to tell them that they need editors. Don't be afraid to tell them, like where the story is lacking, because these are things to grow on. And if an author is upset, because especially when they receive constructive criticism, then they probably shouldn't be writing. Because this is, we want to be better at everything that we do. We want to be better. Nobody wakes up every day and says, I want to be worse. That's just, I don't think anybody's doing that. You know, we want to do better, so why not just put our best foot forward and just do better, write better, you know, so that there's something, so that we do get 5-star reviews.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, you know, so yeah.
All right. Are you ready to play my game?
Start the game, Miss Queenie. What's the
Okay,
prize?
it's you ain't winning today. I'm just being nosy.
Okay.
It's called favorites. Your favorite.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Favorite author and why?
Favorite author and why? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have a favorite author. Like, I just people just if it's a good book, it's just a good book. I don't have a favorite author.
Okay. Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh yes. Nothing before it's time.
Whoa. Okay. All right. A favorite book you have read as an adult?
Oh, The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. That's my favorite read. I was welcome to Baltimore. You heard the motorcycles, the dirt bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was my favorite read as a young adult, because it opened me up to I guess like a greater consciousness, you know, of myself and what was going on around me. So yeah, I would say that was probably my best read. As an adult, a young adult. Yes.
Favorite cologne?
Oh, Tunisian patchouli. I don't wear any cologne. I wear oils.
A lot of people changing over to oils. Okay.
Yeah, I've been wearing oils. I've been wearing oils since, shoot, I was probably like 14.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we know like the oils. Okay, like perfume and cologne is alcohol based, right?
Yeah.
Well, when alcohol is exposed to heat, the alcohol evaporates, right?
Right.
So when you're sweating and you're wearing cologne or perfume, or your body gets hot, it evaporates. So eventually, like, you don't smell it anymore. With oil, when you heat oil up, the fragrance just gets stronger. So it's like so like it sticks around with you. You know, it sticks with you. So yeah, and my favorite oil, it would be the Tunisian patchouli. Yeah.
Ooh,
Definitely.
okay. Favorite childhood book and why?
Oh man, my favorite childhood book. I came up in that Dr. Seuss era. I don't know if I have a favorite child's book. I've been reading since I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like I guess like anything I pick up, you know, it's been my favorite. But yeah, wow, that's a good question though. Yeah,
Your favorite artist?
my favorite artist.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of art, doesn't matter what kind of art it is.
Like a singer or a singer?
Oh, let's go with I don't know if it's Aretha, Donald Byrd, or Curtis Mayfield. Nina Simone. I have some favorites. I have like a collective of favorites, my go-tos. But yeah, I guess like here recently I've been listening to a lot of Donald Byrd. Yeah, down the
I
bird.
thought you were gonna say Prince for some odd reason.
Oh, well, see, hold on now. Hold on. Now,
I don't know
that
where. It's just like he is a Prince fan. I know he gonna say Prince.
that is one of my like he's in my top 10.
Ooh.
He's in my top 10.
Oh, he okay.
Yeah, he's in my top 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Share something your readers don't know about you.
Let's see. Something the readers don't know about me. Let's see. Sometimes like I talk with my hands. I'll talk and I'll be moving my hands while I'm talking. So yeah. So that's why I'm sitting here like my hands are in my elbows.
Yeah.
So I'm not,
I noticed that. I was like, why is he doing that? But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That is it. I would like to thank you. Thank you for doing this. I always have a habit of singing everything. But that's just me, and I can't sing. But let's talk about before we go. I know I said
Okay.
but I'm just interested. You say that's a booth back there. So you say you're not a singer, but you do a lot of writing.
Yes.
And you
Well,
what?
I have like I can do something vocally because I was in the band called the Band of Misfits, so I was doing some vocal work. But the majority of the time, the people that are coming in to use the booth are just like like studio clients.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can carry a little bit of a note, and I don't expect me to get on stage and be doing no opera or singing like I'm John Legend or anything like that. Don't expect that.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one that's in the back. The lights might be down where I am. You might see me a little bit. You might not. I don't know. You'll hear me. But yeah, that's I don't know. This is like I love being in a creative place and space. It's like it's very therapeutic for me.
Good.
And I can and what people find difficulty in understanding what you say in conversation, I find that in music, I don't have that problem because music is compulsive anyway. The music is going to speak to you, and you will in turn respond to what you hear.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I enjoy these the creative spaces and places where I can write and I can heal myself and heal others. Yeah. But yeah, Prince probably sings better than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play? You say you play a lot of instruments.
Piano, drums, guitar, trombone. What else? Yeah, pretty much like anything I pick up, I can get out of it what I want. And if I sit down, with it long enough, I pretty much have a decent level of proficiency with it. But mainly it's keys and percussion, and I haven't played trombone in a while, but yeah, keys, percussion. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just nosy, I guess, and like I say, that kind of attracted me back there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, my son say I listen to more. Why you listen to more men artists than women? More men's songs than women's songs. Like I never look at it like that. I just like music. Period.
Yeah.
I love music. I love music. I love creative writing. I love English. I love to read. That's just me.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right.
More people should be reading books.
Yes.
Not enough of us reading.
Oh, yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Yes, that is so true. But I want to thank you today for coming in, Mr. Thaddeus Kane, and having this interview with me. I really do appreciate you coming on my blog today and doing this.
Miss Queenie Clem, I thank you so much for inviting me. And I hope this, if you don't ever interview me again, this shouldn't be the last I hear from you.
No.
All right.
No,
And like I said, when the Slice of Temptation is on stage in South Carolina.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I done told my BFF, I like, girl, you need to read this book. I said, now, you know what? I did tell her this. I said, now, he wrote it. Now, if a pastor would have got up there and said this, I would have received it. So I would have received this. I mean, he would have been given like an analogy like you did in the book. But if a preacher was to get up there and tell the story, I'd be like, but when I read it, I was into it. I was calling her. I like, girl, you got to read this. And she like, what? And I gave it to her. She said, oh, I got it. If anything I say she need to read, she go automatically and buy it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And she's like an event planner. She's a book reviewer too.
Uh-huh.
And then she has a site, ESP Presents, and she opens up her I guess page, and she has interviews, but they're more, she like to bring the people to Virginia or have an event planned, but that's not, I'm not all into that. She's been doing this 20 years. But anything that I say that need to be read, her and her group automatically picks it up.
Oh, that's good. That's all right.
So we always talking about, girl. She said, you still read that book? I said, girl, I'm finished that book. That book good. And I had to go back and explain to her what type of book it was. She only reads certain types of books.
Yeah.
But I was like, girl, you got to read this. You got to read this. She was like, I already got it. It's in my next. It's already on my Kindle. I'm ready to read it. I said, okay. I'm waiting for her to get back in town so she can read it.
Yeah, and I think that book is down the road is probably going to be surprising. What it does, I just have a good feeling about it, you know, and it's just a novelette, and you wouldn't expect something so small. I wouldn't expect anything so small to do something so grand, but
oh yes,
I just got this feeling. I have a feeling about it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I got a gut feeling too.
Yeah.
I got a big gut, but yeah, I got that feeling. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I knew the story, but now I really know the story.
Yeah.
Say, in a way, like everybody know that story, but you put it in a perspective that now I can comprehend that story.
Yeah.
And thank you for that. I wish my son could read it and know the story, but in a modern day time, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it does give you a lesson, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But then, like I said again, thank you for coming.
Thank you, sister.
Today. And this is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. Have a blessed day and happy reading.
Okay, peace and light.